Well, today a judge sentenced a man convicted of shooting a San Diego police officer in the arm to 38 years to life behind bars.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from the downtown courthouse. Kelly, you're in the courtroom for the hearing. What can you tell us about what happened today?
That's right. And today we heard from the victim, Officer James Romero, who says he's reminded of what happened to him every time he looks down at his arm. Now, he spoke directly to the defendant today. Here's some of what he said.
I can wish the worst, but honestly, I hope one day your hardened heart, your shameless self can seek forgiveness. Not from me, not from your mom who faithfully showed up, but from Christ. Because the prison you are stuck in your mind is worse than the one you're headed to for years to come.
Now, the defendant, Blake Sartor, sat just a couple of feet away from Officer Romero as he was talking. Now, Sartor's arms were shackled tightly to the point where he could barely move them. Officer Romero told the court, "My wife still worries about me every day when I leave for work, worries she's going to get another awful phone call that her husband has been shot." So he basically said the emotional scars from all of this will never go away. Now, a jury found Sartor guilty of 8 counts, including attempted murder. This case unfolded in June of 2023, and it began in Choyas Creek when the officer began pursuing Sartor because he believed he was driving a stolen truck. Now, Sartor's defense attorney addressed the court very briefly before sentencing. Here's what he said.
Mr. Sartor's conduct is consistent with a well-documented history of mental health disorders and self-medicating that disorder. I ask that the court take that into consideration, and otherwise I send it out to the papers. Thank you.
Now, outside the courtroom was Sartor's mother, who says her son was never given the opportunity to speak today or to apologize. She had planned to address the court herself. However, she says she was not allowed inside the courtroom until after the hearing was over. She says she sat out there for 30 minutes. No one came out and got her. And by the time she was allowed in, her son was being taken away in handcuffs. So back out here live, I spoke to her for a while on the phone this afternoon. She was very upset about all of this, and she tells me she does plan to file an appeal. Carlo and Anna.
Kelly, so what's the reason behind that? Why wasn't she allowed to speak in court today?
Yeah, and that is unclear right now. You know, I've covered a lot of sentencing hearings, and a lot of times we do hear from loved ones on both sides. But she told me what she would have told the judge is her son was someone who grew up without a father, and that deeply affected him. He witnessed his mother go through an abusive relationship at a very young age, and she says he eventually turned to drugs. Now, she admits, yes, he's made mistakes in his life, but she truly believes had he had the opportunity to get clean, he wouldn't be where he is today.
Yeah, there are a lot of victims in this case, Kelly. That's really sad to hear. Thank you for that report.